All right. All right. All right. Okay. Social comments display here. Okay, cool. Hopefully I'll be able to see them because last time it did the most. I was like, oh goodness. Come on. But we can see everyone. All right. So I am okay. Daddy is here. All right. Hey everyone. How are y'all doing? And I'm actually gonna pull it up so I can see it on my Instagram account. All right. Hey everyone. So glad you could join us. For those of you who are watching us on Instagram, please disregard, please forgive us, or forgive more so me, because the way that it shows on the screen, it doesn't show top to bottom, it shows sideways. So it's like we get halfway cut. But anyways, you can listen to the audio and just hear us out and make comments down below. But we are so glad that you're here. And thank you for all the people who are watching on Facebook. What's up? What's up? What's up? Anyways, y'all, let me just go on ahead. Let's go on ahead and get started. My name is Brandi. I am the host of Hey Girl Hey with Brandi. This is a beauty transformation platform where I am bringing resources to you, people of color, women of color, men of color. I think this can go across the board. Anybody, any and everybody can get something out of this. This was birthed out of, if you don't know, if this is your first time joining, Hey Girl Hey with Brandi was birthed out of, I had an opportunity. Okay, having some connection issues. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. Out of that, I had to, I was provided assistance. And I just want to put this out here. It was free assistance, y'all. Free. Yeah, free.com. Assistance to be able to go see a therapist. And I made the decision to do it. So, I want to bring you all along this journey where I share people who are licensed. This is their licensed profession, to speak to y'all, to speak about the things that come with trauma and to help you start your healing process. I'm all about beauty, but honey, we got to heal on the inside out, because the reason why you see me where I'm at today is because, honey, your girl went through some things and I had to go through, and now I'm here. So you see outward what's happening on the inside, outward, Brandi. So anyways, I just want to kick this off. I want to welcome my guests. I am actually going to have my guests state her name, because I don't want to jack it up, because I would jack a name up. Okay. I don't know how many of y'all out there who would jack some names up, but honey, it will be me. So if you can state your name for us.
As a Nigerian American, we all thank you. So, I go by Blue. All the Nigerians like, yes, get it together. I go by Blue, but really it's Bolutife or Bolutife, and also can be shortened for Bolu. But Blue has been something I've been going by since I was a kindergartner. I really don't have any preference, but again, much love for respecting how the name is supposed to be said. So
yes, honey, because honey, listen. I don't want nobody correcting me on Facebook Live. Talk about you need to get my name right. I'd be like, oh,
right,
okay. It's just as deep as like, don't touch my hair. Okay.
Say it again.
Honey, it's
touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair.
Locks, froze, waves, perm. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. So don't say my name wrong. Okay. Hello. Thank you. So, first off, let me introduce her. Let me give you a little bit of a rundown of her background. Listen, she's been in this game, and we were just talking before we got on. She was working in CPS, so she got more than 13 years of experience when it comes to social work arenas. But this young lady right here, honey, private practice, Glass House Effects Psychotherapy Center, PLLC, hunty, okay? Licensed clinical social worker, an alumni, got her bachelor's in criminal justice from TCU. Okay, go Horn Frogs. Okay. Has gotten her master's in social work and public administration from UTA. I mean, just has a just a long list of things that she has helped people in this space. But also, she is a beautiful woman of two beautiful children, as well as a whole wife. So not only is she running the dang on thing, she a whole wife, honey, and a whole mama. Okay, you
Yeah.
hear me? So listen, I'm so glad that y'all are here. Make sure y'all comment down below. You engage with us. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. So we've been talking about, when we talked, we did our little one-on-one just to, touch bases and stuff. We talked about trauma, and we talked about, I gave you my story, just a little bit of my background of, being stabbed, 20 times, and understanding that there was an aftermath with that. But also in the space of trauma, I started to learn through you and all the other therapists that I've been speaking to that there are different types of trauma, and there are indicators to let you know, yo, go get help. Like for real. Go get girl, go talk to somebody. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about that. Like, what is it, when you get someone into your space, your expertise, what does that look like for them? Like, what are some of the challenges that you find yourself having to comb through as you're taking on clients?
So when I think about trauma, because trauma happens in so many ways and in more ways than we can ever imagine, because I think
Girl.
when people think about trauma, they think about what is often referred to as shock trauma, like an accident, a hurricane. But trauma is not necessarily an event, it's about an experience. And so if you
Yeah.
find yourself responding out of one of those survival mechanisms that so often is talked about, fight, or flee or freeze,
Mm-hmm.
um, you're basically dealing with trauma. And so, how does trauma look like? I feel like everyone deals with trauma. Now, when it becomes an issue is when it starts to affect your ability to function like you need to function optimally. And the reason why I said need to function because it looks different for everybody. And so
Right.
we need to get that together. Like how you function looks very different from how, I function.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but one of the common things is if anyone has ever really dealt with trauma and they go to a therapist, they may be diagnosed possibly with post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety. So you find yourself being easily triggered. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You good, you balanced, and then all of a sudden something happens, someone says something, and now you are ready to just revolt. Usually there's something going on with that. If you find yourself avoiding places, avoiding
Mm.
people, you find yourself not wanting to deal with people to where you just want to be me, myself, and I. Which
Yeah.
again, for my introverts, that's how we get our energy. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that. But when it gets to the point where you are really not engaging with people, that is a problem. Or you're not engaging with your family, and it could be for a
Yeah.
variety of reasons. Not trusting family, stuff has gone down with the family, or you just feel like I need
Mm-hmm.
to deal with this on my own. Um, but the thing about it too, if you find yourself even doing something that people would say is good, but the intentionality behind that is to avoid,
Yeah.
distract, and not deal with some stuff, that too is not healthy. What I mean
Mm.
by that is that oftentimes when we see people, I was about to say dancing on the pole, but that's not even no harm to my strippers out there. I ain't trying to be funny. If you gotta do what
We
you
love
gotta do, what
we
you
love
gotta do.
y'all. We love y'all. We
But when you
do.
find yourself just like I think when we think about that, no, for real, dancing on the pole. When you think about strippers, or they gone through some stuff, or they're going, or when you
Yeah.
think about drugs. In other words, things that are not societally acceptable. But
Yeah.
going for 3 degrees, doing all this great work and becoming a workaholic.
Yeah.
Again, the things that look great,
Yeah.
or looking great but not looking or feeling great on the inside.
Right.
You see
Which
what
is
I'm
why
saying?
I bring y'all up in here, because I need y'all to talk to my people and let them know. Like, listen,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
had to, it had to take me, and so I'm gonna go back to a comment that you made about that stepping away and withdrawing. So like when this happened to me, the person who did this to me, I was very close knit to the family.
Mm.
So I stopped talking to them. Like I
Okay.
had to, it was like the trust went downhill, and I withdrew, for good reason, of course, but still I pulled away. And at some point in my life, as I, was going through the healing process and felt like I was at a space where I can say, not really apologize, but to say, yo, it was because it hurt them. It was hard because we had such a close relationship. So on the other end of the stick, as much as I was physically abused and the trust has gone down, the trust is now down. I did there was this break in this relationship, and it was hard because I still saw these people, all the things, and still having to deal with my emotions of that somebody that close would do something.
But Brandy, that was okay. I think what happens is that I think we get so shocked by the way
Mhm.
we respond to trauma. It is perfectly normal that you do not want to engage with the family of the person that hurt you, because any
Yeah.
reminders tied to that person or that situation is going to trigger you. And you've got to give yourself space, time. And what I tell my clients is when they're like, "Well, how long is this going to take?" I say, "I don't know."
Right.
There's no deadline or there's no finish line that we're trying to race to. We're just trying to endure and make it to the next moment. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Not even
yeah.
the next day, the next moment. Because when you've been through something so strong like that and impactful like that, it's so hard to just do basic stuff. So again, making it to the next moment is all we can do at this point. And that may not mean that you running or walking. You may be crawling. You may be on the ground scooting. Just as long as you're moving, that's what's important. But again,
Right.
a lot of people find themselves paralyzed. And again, it's
Mhm.
okay if you're like that's your initial reaction to it, but then going
Yeah.
to get that help. When you find yourself not doing things that you once took pleasure in, they once
Mm.
satisfied, and now you're just like, that doesn't satisfy me anymore. Or you
Mm.
find yourself just shutting down, or you're too excited. It's just anything outside of your basic norm. I think
Yeah.
too, what we have to remember with trauma is that it can turn into a personality characteristic.
Really?
Especially if you've been stuck in, oh my gosh, there's so much research about how trauma alters the DNA. I mean, BIPOC community, that's why we deal with a lot of what we deal with, or why we trigger when we see or hear certain things, because it was passed down generations. Trauma
Mm.
does alter the DNA. Think about it. Like trauma, the fight, flight, and freeze, it operates out of something called the autonomic nervous system. Well, this nervous system is also responsible for the digestive immunity. And so, if you are having a high level of stress, cortisone
Wow.
cap up at a constant time, it will eventually have an effect on your body. Hence, you could possibly pass that on to your children, to our children.
Wow.
And then you may just like, why is that person just always unhappy? It may not be that they're unhappy, but it became a survival mechanism that they did
Mm.
not learn how to get out of. Um,
Wow, that is so good. That's
Crazy.
so good because when I think about like my daughter, and so me and my daughter, we're going to go live and we're going to have a conversation
Mhm,
about, just how we had to go through therapy to break through a lot of things, and thinking about some of the things that she went through or the things that she saw and was exposed to. She wasn't exposed to this, but it was so hidden
mhm,
and finagled, and like we had to, oh no, let's move the conversation, and understanding that even though it was hidden, it still was impactful in some way, until this day. And I think it did have some of that residual. But I want to go back to that because I had a recent encounter where I was pregnant with my third child, thinking about trauma. My mom, I've told people about this. My mom has bipolar schizophrenic. And so she had a mental, like an episode, or, got off her meds. And in between that time, I was pregnant. And it was very traumatic to me because I was dealing with the stress of having a child, holding a child, and then also managing my mom. And so when I think about that, like I remember my pastor telling me, Brandi, I I love, we love your mom, but she has to go. Something has to give because you cannot give that to the child. Just thinking about what you said, she didn't want Michaela to be affected
mhm,
by the stress that I was feeling in the midst of all of that going on. So it just makes me think like, wow, that's a real thing. Like, I know people say it, but I was like, okay.
But it's also trauma is nurturing. It's not just only by genetics. Like if you were raised by a mother who dealt with that disorder, there's
Mhm.
probably certain things in terms of your relationship with her that was affected, things that she
Mhm.
did that, in terms of the way she raised you, in
Yeah.
terms of the way she schooled you and educated you and things of that nature. So again, that's another way that trauma is passed down. But it's also so true because with protecting that baby as much as you
Yes.
can, because what you go through, think about when I don't know about you, but when I'm under an enormous amount of stress, I get
Yeah.
ulcers. Uh,
Yeah.
I get headaches. I'm
Mm.
exhausted. I don't because my body, like don't get me wrong, the survival modes that I talk about, they're there for a reason. Look,
Mhm.
somebody's coming to rob you. Like if somebody came up in here right now, I'm gonna be out of here. I know this is a Facebook Live, but I'm
Yes.
getting on. So at that
Peace
point,
out.
my
Yes.
my flight needs to take advantage to basically keep me safe. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or I may have to fight somebody. Y'all may have to see a live fight or whatever. So you need those survival mechanisms in order to respond to just life. However, when you're
Mhm.
stuck in it for too long, when you're
Mm.
stuck in it for too long and you don't reset, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
the battery is going down, the percentage of the battery is going down, and you're not recharging.
Mm.
Oh, that's when it gets super dangerous. And so that's when you start seeing the effects of it on your body, the effects of it on your relationships. You
Yeah.
don't want to go to work because you're tired, you're exhausted, you're not there. Especially another indicator for trauma, if you find yourself being super vigilant, you're just always like on the lookout. So you really can't be chilling
Wow.
because you're
Yeah.
always
You're
looking
always on high.
you're always on
Always.
high. Like I'm not a club person. I'm telling myself, but I tried to be a club person when I was at TCU. And it just didn't work out for me. But one of the things, because let me tell you why it didn't work out for me, because I was cheap and I was like, I'm tired of paying. And you don't get there by a certain time when ladies can get in for free. Like
Honey, you can't get in. You be like, who? $20.
no guy paid for me either because I'm like, nah, my mama. I knew that. My mama said, "You pay for something, you want some return." So I digress, but I'm coming back. So, but I used to just hate how when I go to the club, women or just people would just look at you, and if you look at
Yes.
somebody, they ready to fight, and you're like, "Well, let me put." And a lot of it, as I've realized, as I learn as a therapist, is because
Yeah.
sometimes that look can trigger something that they feel
Mm.
reminded them of somebody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I
Yeah.
was like, bro, trauma is playing in and out. And I had to realize, I said, yo, something's going on with that
Yeah.
person because I don't understand why me stepping into this room is triggering you. I don't know you.
Why is it threatening to you?
Why is it threatening to you? And I've come and I used to get so upset. And I ain't gonna lie, I know I'll be talking about I'm a fighter, but I'm a perpetrator. I will run. That's just me. I just is not gonna fight. So so my thing was like, what's going on? And then I
Yeah.
realized I start to pity them because I'm like, oh, I probably reminded them of somebody, or oh,
Mm.
people that even if you go somewhere, you just like, I don't want to fool with that person. They remind you of something or someone. I gotta put my
Mm.
defenses up with this person. Again, remind me of something or someone. And so that's how kind of the response or how trauma shows up. Because a lot of people, when they talk about trauma, they don't know how it really looks like or shows up. And so they don't know how
Mhm.
to recognize when they need to go get help.
So this is, oh my gosh, this is so good because it's making me think about I used to be that girl. You
Mm,
would be the girl that walk in. I'm looking you like, girl, don't play. This ain't it over here. I need you to go on over. And but now that you're saying that, I recognize it was due to I came from the hood. Like I came straight out of
mm,
stop six. So
exactly.
and I was always on flight mode. Like I was always in fight mode
Yep.
all the time. Like even
Yep.
with our neighbors, people down the street. I remember when we first moved into the neighborhood, I remember my room was closer to the side of the house. And I remember the helicopter going off and the person was running on the side in between the two houses. So I could hear the person. So always in fight in flight mode, like ready for whatever was about to go down. So then you put me in this arena where I go to the club, it's a bunch of people. And so
Exactly.
not recognizing that it reminds me of my surroundings, my upbringing, my experiences, and how it can trigger something of, hey, you gotta be on the lookout. What you doing over there in that corner? Girl, back it up. Cause I would do that with Keisha. Like, I know I'm putting my stuff out on the street, but I would do that and I'd be like, girl, what is you doing over there? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna put all her business out on the street, but it was
Right.
real. Like, I was like, yo, can somebody go get, like, don't make me go over there and go get her because it's gonna be a problem. But it's due, like what you
It's the way
said.
you were raised. And of course, your body is going to look, our bodies are very instinctual. So it's going to react first, even to the point that it's too fast for even our cognitive brain to think about it. Because think of it, especially if trauma has not been fully processed, like if you did not, like you made that connection later, but in that moment,
Yeah.
you're not making no connection. Because there's people
No.
I work with be like, yo, I don't even know why we acted like that. Like when I stop and chill, I'm like, why did you do that? It's because your body was responding, and your body is also trying to warn you, we have not healed. We
Oh.
got to
Mm.
listen to our bodies.
Mm.
I
Mm.
remember
Mm.
going to
Mm.
a chiropractor because I was in pain. And I'm like, yo, how did it get like that? He said, your body probably told you that you were in pain, but you probably ignored it. I said, yeah, I've been kind of feeling this, but it just got worse. Yeah, your body got tired of waiting for you. So it then needed to shoot off this pain to say, take care of us. Like it's
Mm.
not allowing for us to heal, and you keep on doing things to further hurt us. So our bodies, if it's acting like that, it is a blessing in disguise because it's letting you know we haven't healed. And so therefore, especially for my perfectionist people who, they're hiding their trauma through doing great things, and then we hear
Yeah.
stories about how they had a mental breakdown because they've been going through and their body was trying to warn them, and they just,
Mm.
I think a particular group of people, and of course, I'm just coming from my experience of my own
Mm-hmm.
and what I work with, especially with my specialty, is BIPOC women. I don't
Yeah.
know, this strong Black women crap gotta go.
Yeah.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of us are strong Black women, but we weak on the inside and dying every day, little by little, because of this idea that we need to be strong Black women. And
Yeah.
so we always like, well, you mess with me, you're gonna catch these hands. But I'm like, when are they gonna catch these tears that's really behind catching those hands? Because we are struggling right
Mm.
now. So I remember talking to my best friend, shout out to my best friend, what's up?
What's up, girl? What's up? What's up?
You know who you are. But I remember, look, I called her name. She's like, oh my gosh, whatever.
Okay.
I
Right.
remember just like, I'm tired of being strong. Again, being stuck in that survival mode.
Yes. Yes.
And
Oh my
then you
gosh.
wonder
Yes.
why you irritated by people. You wonder why you're just not having a lot of patience because you've been trying to be strong. There was times that was needed, but when is it time that your body can go recharge so you can be strong for the next event? But that
Mm-hmm.
means you gotta recharge and you gotta admit when you're going through. We have the BIPOC community has a really bad habit of, and I think a lot of it is because of the history. We don't want to show the other side that we're struggling because that
Yeah.
will feel like they're winning or like you've affected us.
Or
But
like you're weak.
exactly.
It shows a sign of weakness,
Right.
and I understand that
Yeah.
because being raised by a Hispanic male,
Hmm.
that was like, I don't know, like no was not, like it was just not an answer. Like you being showing any emotion, feelings, like that was like suck that up in, chill
Right.
out. Like
Right.
we don't do that. So then when I got to a place where I then joined church and became truly immersed in the Word of God, I was super emotional. Stacy would tell you, girl, you was crying all the time, every day. And
Stacey can't talk though, but I'm
okay,
saying, yeah.
okay,
You know, Stacey,
we ain't gonna put her
Stacey,
business out in the
that
street,
girl.
but but it was like every day. But it was because I didn't. I was trying to unpack all of what I felt. And it was real. And I didn't understand why I felt that way because I felt like I let my child down because I didn't work things out, all the things, and then trying to be, because that's what I saw. Like, hey, we pick up the pieces and we got things to do. Kids got to be taken care of. And so
Mhm.
that was the mentality, not realizing that I didn't even take time just to take care of myself. And I want to go back. I know we're getting close to time, but I want to go back to what you said about, it made me think of like when we think about, Jesus really healing us, like really taking time to see ourselves in Christ. And then there's indicators, there's pains in our bodies, there's pains in our minds, there's thoughts in our minds that trigger something that we know we haven't healed from. And we've been getting all these warnings all along, like either bad thoughts, bad thinking, pain in our back, something is an indicator, and then it gets worse because we ain't dealt with the thing that emotionally is affecting us. And
Mhm.
so it makes me think about, my pastor's been talking about restoration. And so it made me think about a lot of that and recognizing like this stuff is real, y'all. Like the pain doesn't just come out of nowhere. Like there is a cause behind the pain. What is that? Why do you have migraines so much? Why do you
Mhm.
have headaches all the time? These type of things, like these are triggers to let you know, like, hmm, something ain't, something ain't right.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, as you talk about Jesus, I think that that's where also for me, I had to realize my ultimate weakness so I can depend on the limited strength of Him. To where
Yeah.
I have to say, I can't even walk right now because I'm so exhausted. You know what He's saying? Finally, you recognize what your body has been trying to say, so you can get this healing. Which
Yes.
is going to be hard because I know when I first went to therapy, I went because of a particular reason, only for the therapist to uncover so much that
Yeah.
I had been dealing with. And I was like, I ain't come over here for this. I came to deal with this problem. I wasn't, what? I didn't sign up for this, but it became open and I trusted her. Let me tell my people this. When you go to therapy, it is a relationship that is
Yep.
not automatically going to be earned or given. They have to earn your trust. You got to
Right.
trust these people to share stuff about yourself. And before you know it, you are divulging stuff to these people who you haven't even shared with the closest of the close. And it's the craziest thing where it's like, man, I ain't mean to look, I went to therapy this week. I'm putting my business out there. And I was like, yo, I'm not gonna share whatever. And then before I know it, I'm sharing everything because she didn't earn my trust and I felt safe.
Yes. That
This is
part.
the thing. I
That
felt
part.
safe. And so you really need to find someone who, yeah,
Hmm.
they can get on your nerves and they can be challenging, but you ultimately feel safe with because you don't
Yeah.
want to go to a therapist that's going to challenge you and try to, because what they're saying when they're challenging you, they're recognizing that you have the capacity and
Yeah.
trying to push or expand that capacity, which is you have to be present with the pain,
Hmm.
with trauma. And that
Yes.
is hard
Yes.
to go back and then have to really process that. And people don't want to because they don't know if they
That
can do
part.
it. But then
That
this is what I
part.
tell them. I said, well, I'm not going to do it for you, but I am here. So now you got somebody on your side that you didn't have before that will validate you, that will be
Yeah.
patient with you and everything like that. I even had a client say, but I'm paying you. But isn't this the best investment you could be making in yourself?
To
Is
get your
it
mind
really?
right, to
Are you
get
not
your
priceless?
mind, to get your mind
Exactly.
right and get your heart right and get this healing process in motion so we can get you healed so you can be a normal person in society, a
Right.
healed person in
Well,
society.
and I think what you don't realize is you're going to be paying anyways. You're going to be paying with those relationships. You're going to be
Yeah.
paying when you're getting sick
Yeah.
and having to go to the doctor. You're going to be paying when people don't want to be around you. You're going to be paying when you can't hold a job down. You're going to be paying when you can't keep a stable relationship or your children are upset with you. Can I go on? You are paying anyway. So why don't you pay where it is able to get you the help that you need?
You
You
better you better talk about it.
You're making an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
seeding with this in yourself. And guess what? It may take a while for that seed to germinate
Yes.
and bud, but it's there. And so I
Yeah.
think it's super important, especially my people, that you recognize the need to do that because we are
Yeah.
worth it. We are so worth it. Who told us
So,
that we have to struggle? Look, I often
girl,
talk about trauma and stuff. They're there and they suck, but they also can serve as stepping stones because get this. My trauma also helped me become the person that you see before you now.
hello.
You look at you, Brandi. If this is so scared to say, it's interesting to say, but if you didn't go through that, would you be here doing what you're doing right now?
I know. I think about it all the time. Like, seriously, would I be able to open up this space for women to be open to say, I've been thinking about therapy, but I've been going back and forth. I've never seen my family go through it. I don't know about talking to a stranger. But to
Right.
your point, and this is something my pastor has said, is you got to speak your truth. Your truth is that you're in pain. You hurt right now. This person hurt you, and you are struggling with forgiving them. You are struggling with forgiving yourself. You feel guilty. You feel undeserving. That is your truth. But a part of that was being, in something I'm learning is that being truthful with God, to be open to say, God, this stuff, that ain't the word I use. Lord, that right here, this some real stuff. I'm dealing.
And
But
being
that's a
okay with saying, that I'm angry. Oh, being a church girl. Look, I was raised in the church, and I thought it was blasphemous to say I'm
honey.
angry.
Right,
And just saying to God, I am really angry right now that you are doing or allowing X, Y, and Z. He's like, yeah, I know, but it's still gonna happen. So
right,
you become who I ultimately created you to become.
right. Exactly. And so
Hmm.
that is the purpose. That's the purpose of me doing this, is to really open up the space for women to share, not just hear my story, but to share yours, to
Hmm.
say, I'm going through. And for the person that is going through, you are not by yourself. And don't allow yourself
Really,
to go through it by yourself. Why would you do that?
it is the
Why?
biggest, it's the biggest lie. You remember being in class and they giving presentation, the teacher's like, yo, does anybody have a question? And people have questions. And they just like, but it's not until that one person starts it. And before you know,
Yeah.
yo, I got a question. Be that one person then for your family.
Yeah.
Be that one
Yeah.
person for this generation to say, yo, we gotta, if we really want to be bigger and better, we gotta also deal with the ugly. We gotta also deal with the pain. And we've got to face and learn from that, because maybe the ugly and the pain, they have a purpose and they're trying to
Yeah.
tell us something. So we
Yes.
deserve to give it a chance to see what exactly they are trying to tell us.
Yes. Period.
Period.
Period. But okay, so we went over. This was so
Yeah,
good.
it's getting dark too. I was like, do I need to put my light? Because I was trying to do have a natural light, and the light, the sun want to set right now. You see me moving this thing, so now it's time to
I
get what we
love it. I love it. I just want to thank all of y'all who joined. I see all y'all's comments. I mean, people are pouring in. Let me tell you, people are saying, they was like, he allows these things in his permissive will. God
Ooh,
understands our emotions, even the negative ones. Tiffany was
yeah.
like, Blue, what's up? Tiffany, what's up?
Stephanie, yeah.
What's up, girl? But I mean, this has been great. I am so glad, girl. When we see each other, honey, I'll be like, what up?
I
Girl, it's gonna be so
know.
great. But I want people to know how it now, are you offering anything, any products and services? And then also, I want people to know how to contact you, how to get a hold of you if they want to get a
So,
hold of you.
well, if you go on my website, www.gheffect, EFFECT, site, PSYCH.com. That's a way to get a hold of me. You can find me on directories. I wanted to mention this. There are special
Okay.
therapy directories you can go to try to find a therapist. And so I am on Therapy for Black Girls. I'm on Psychology Today. I think I just got on Clinician of Color, hence where I'm trying to go with this.
Yep.
And so that's how you can find me. Definitely reach out to Brandi. She has my contact information. You can also come on my Facebook page. I do have a Glass House Effects Psychotherapy Center business Facebook page, as well as an Instagram. So you can do that. As far as services, therapy is what I'm definitely offering. At
Mm-hmm.
this point, I do have quite a bit of people on, but I'm actually looking at doing some things because I want to see how we can get out to our people who may not be able to access direct therapy. So I'm working on being a consultant. I'm working
Oh
on
yeah, that'd be
speaking.
great.
So therefore, you can get something and it can help push you. Because with
Yeah.
this, I can't do it alone. Brandy can't do
Okay.
it alone. And I need other people to join forces with me because y'all, there is so many people hurting. And
Yes.
so I look, y'all ain't gonna kill me. I just cannot do it alone. And I again, this goes back to the lie. I'm one person, and God did not just make me on this earth. There's more people. And so
Yeah,
if you, even if I cannot take you on, y'all,
we will find.
we will
Mm.
find somebody that can. So definitely reach out to that. And then, I have some more things coming. Lord will it. I don't really know all of them because I'm just trying to see what he gonna do.
Yes, girl.
So that's
Yes.
just kind of where I'm at. But yes, thank you so much, Brandy, for this opportunity. I love the fact that you are bringing this to the community, the spiritual
Yes.
community, the BIPOC community, and yeah, even my Caucasian crew. Y'all need to hear
What's
it
up?
too.
What's
So
up?
this is, but there's a whole lot of Caucasian therapists. I ain't trying to be rude, but yes, but this is what I'm saying.
We're
Everybody
just
needs
we're
help.
just keeping it real on here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the thing about it is, I'm trying to go to a population that there's just not a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's I see that
Yes.
there's such a need, but
Yeah.
everybody needs it because guess what? When my Caucasian brother is healed, that affects our relationship in the more positive manner.
Thank you.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody needs help.
Yeah.
Not to say that I don't see anybody, I do, but again, I just recognize the need is
Yeah.
greater in some areas than the other, and I wanna hark. I like I like to go to the challenge. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this is full right here, so let me go where there's definitely a line.
Yeah,
So
that's so good because actually, working with a nonprofit organization right now, called Creating Co. Shout out to Rick Archer. She's the founder of Creating Co. And one of her challenges that she's wanting to see next year is that she's wanting therapists to at least consult with the young adults because these are kids who are in college or after high school deciding to be hair beauticians or a barber, and they're at TCC, TCU, Midwestern, and all of that. And what she wants to bring is actually bring a therapist to speak to these young adults or at least give them sessions to
awesome.
help them. It starts there. Like even some of these young adults, like they're
Yes.
dealing with so much and then going to school,
Yeah.
dealing with past pain and hurt that they dealt with and then going to school because they want a better future for themselves. And I ain't mad at them, but
Right.
we gotta deal with this because this is some stuff is going on and that's affecting you thinking that you're not worthy of being at TCU or you're not worthy of the college
Ooh,
education. You're not worthy of the thing we got. And it starts there, like far back. Like
yep.
we should have got you as a kid, but we got you now. So I would love to collaborate with you on some of
Yeah.
that as you were talking about doing
Sure.
some of the consulting and stuff. That would be super dope because I know we want to touch them there to heal because we want them to be the best version of themselves because we
Right.
need them.
Right. Awesome. I'm loving it. I'm down for it. And also
Yeah.
inspiring future therapists of America.
Hello. Hello. Come on through.
Yes.
Come on through.
You think I became a therapist? I want to, girl. I was gonna be a lawyer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So, there's always ways that God can use
That's
us.
always,
Oh,
always.
I'm supposed to be defending the law. Here I'm advocating for the people. Ooh, that's
Okay. Hello. Thank you. So thank you so much for joining
thank
us. I am
you.
so glad, y'all. Thank you, Instagram and Facebook, for holding tough and tight with us. They've been commenting. Girl, yes, this is much needed conversation. So appreciated, y'all. To next Friday. We have I'm gonna probably jack her name up. So if she's watching, please forgive me. Rafinette. I know I said that wrong, but we're going to have her on and she is going to talk about how trauma brings about suicidal thoughts and think, and we're gonna dig deep into that. So y'all join me here next Friday, 6:30. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have more conversation, but thank you so much for joining. So we will see y'all later. Peace out, y'all. And I am shutting us
Thank
down.
you.
So stop broadcasting.